About a year and a half ago, I was in a dark season in my life, and I had done some counseling with Chad and Courtney. That, along with some deep soul searching and reading the Word, decided that I needed to find something to do that would help me find purpose in life, something that would be more a God-driven thing in my life. For some reason, I was being pushed towards getting my real estate license. And so I pursued that, and by June I had obtained my license and started selling real estate. Wasn't quite sure where I was going with it, but I was wanting to possibly just help tenants that I had find housing. Shortly after that, Chad announced here at church his vision of the youth center, and I was 100% on board. I knew it was something that I believed in, and it was really important for our youth and our students to have a place to go and to bring friends that didn't attend our church. Fast forward just a little bit, my first listing sold and I had money and coming in, and a friend asked me what I was going to do with it, and the only thing that I could think of was that I wanted to donate a part of it to the church. I met with Chad and told him my story and explained to him that I wanted to give the regular tithe and then a percentage beyond that of each of my sales until we could get the youth space paid for. He was excited and kind of wanted to share. I asked him not to. I felt like it was something that was between God and I wanted the intention to be on God and what He could do, not on me. Every time I would bring money in to the church from a transaction, that same day I would have more calls or emails, or I would have a house go under contract. It was just so unexplainable. I even had one time that I brought the money in and I thought there's nothing else going on, and I even kind of made a little joke with God and I said, let's see what you do with that. And lo and behold, another listing came about. Every time I would bring something in, something new would come about. I knew it was nothing that I could orchestrate on my own. There were times when I'd feel anxious, and I learned that I just needed to stop and sit down and let God take over. Every time I found peace in that. I found peace in it wasn't my situation, it was His situation, and if it was supposed to happen, it would happen. And it did happen, time after time after time. I started a little devotional with a group called the 100 Days of Believing Bigger. It's going to lead us right up to Easter. And on the very first day of that, I opened the book and I read what our verse was, and it's John 13:7, and it says, Jesus replied, "You do not realize now what I'm doing, but later you will understand." And I thought back over the journey of the last year, and it just so solidified exactly what that verse said. Throughout that whole time, I felt like it was God working through me to pay for our youth center. I felt like that was my whole purpose, and it was, and that's what it was all about. But then I started to realize that God really isn't interested in my talent or impressed by the size of my sacrifices and what I'm giving. But what He truly was interested in was the fact that I trusted Him and I have obedience to Him. It made like a full circle, like the whole past year of my life. And it made me realize that every single day as I was trusting God and I was praying and I was growing closer to Him in my walk, He was leading me to that conclusion. He was drawing me closer to Him. And that is truly what being a Christian is about. And everybody has that opportunity if they take the time and they just trust in the Lord and spend the time with Him.